Welcome to the Women's Connection. I'm Barry Louise Switson, your moderator. The Women's Connection is a program about events shaping women's lives and helping one gain authentic power on a personal or professional level. So won't you stay tuned? We're sharing with you stories from various women vintners and how they got into the business and what they do and the competition and words of wisdom.
Slow wine, and there's nothing slow about the wines.
Owner of my little hacienda in Meriame, Serralunga d'Alba, Piemonte. From 10 years ago, I started this vineyard, and well, not the vineyard, but the hacienda. Changed from restaurateur to wine importer, and then finally to the other side of the table, so production. And I do everything in the vineyards by hand, hence the label that shows our hands. We have great love for the terroir, for the soil that we have been able to buy and now work, and only 2 pairs of hands to work with. So handmade wine.
What made you change careers?
Oh, it's a little bit of a long story, but when I started the import business, all producers always tell me the story about 90% of quality is done in the vineyards, but then they show you the cellar, the tanks and the barrels. So finally I said, I am never going to learn about this 90% of quality if I don't do it myself. So I started then with old vines. I was able to buy these vineyards that are 60 years old, and working with old vines is really satisfying. It really makes you understand what they meant. Now I understand a little bit better.
Where are you located?
In Serralunga d'Alba, in the heart of Barolo. That's all right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am Marta Poli. I am the winemaker and producer of Moscato d'Asti, Giada Barzan. Our vineyards are located in Castiglione Tinella, the core zone for the production of Moscato d'Asti in the Langhe area, southern Piedmont. Our Moscato has a very special bouquet of apricot, peaches and white flower given by the terroir itself. We do select the grapes and test the grapes before the harvest in order to obtain the best in terms of bouquet. And also the other characteristic is to be very well balanced between acidity and sugar, because it's great to taste the Moscato and have then your mouth very clean at the end. Moscato is a wine which you prepare with many different food, not only sweet kind of food like cakes. You can also prepare, for example, il Zabaglione with the Moscato. You can have it with soft cheeses. And you can have also as an aperitif. It's great.
How old is the farm?
The first production of Moscato goes back to 2008, but the vineyards are much older, so some of them are 1950s.
And you've been doing this your whole life?
Not the whole life. In the middle of my life, I really decided to start producing wine. My husband is from another area of production of wine, Conegliano Veneto, where the Prosecco grow. So we both had this dream, so we started this project.
Hello, I'm Stefania Pepe, organic winemaker. I did my first thesis on 1989, and now finally I have my wine and my wine cellar. Before I was working with my father in his wine cellar, Emeline Borie, that is very well known, and I love to do that so much that I wanted to give my wine to my name to my wine. So I decided when I was 40 to create my own wine cellar. It was hard, really hard. But I was single. I was 42, and to be single at 42 years, it means I will be single forever. And when I said to my father that I want to create my own wine cellar, he said, "For whom you are making your wine cellar? You are single. You'll be single forever." Because I have a strong character, and say nobody will love you so much. But when you decide to realize your dream, you change. You have a strength inside. You became different. And I was so much in love with my dream. Finally, I decided to follow my heart, to create my own wine cellar, and I found also my love. So after one year, I was married with one man that I met in America. He was a winemaker. He was making his wonderful wine that is DNA. And as soon as I see him, I fell in love with him. And after 6 months, we were married. And now we have 2 babies of 6 years and 8 years old. And he's followed me from the sky because, as I said to the madam before, I had a big, strong effort to do to create our wine cellar, and then to start from €0 on your hand and to ask to everyone to have money to the bank for creating our wine cellar, to buy the land, to create the wine cellar, to buy the equipment. So it was really hard. And then was hard, much harder was to lose my husband, and that was 6 years ago when my baby was just 1 month and a half. And I'm sorry. And then you have your baby and your wine cellar and the wine cellar husband, and it came out so much strength from the sky again. And I came back again to the market after so long for presenting to you my wine. I'm sorry. Sorry for before. I was talking with my heart, so I started crying because when I talk and I say something, I say always the truth. And I'm always in contact with my heart, so it's for that I was emotionated. But I wanted to keep again talking with you, just to let you know that even if you are underneath, you have no strength, you have not anymore your love, and you have 2 babies, you have all the things you use it to. It's from there that you start again and you find the strength to keep on going and going. And I don't know, but it came out a strength inside myself that I didn't know to have. So, worse you are, better strength you find inside yourself. Believe in yourself and you reach everything. Now I'm making some great wine that I want to share with you. It's for that I came back to US. Now that my baby started to be older, and I have 6 years and 8 years, so now I can keep on traveling again and to introduce to you my wine, my product, and to be proud of it. To be proud also of having passed on all these difficulties. Sorry for my English.
My name is Gini Rosso from Gini Rosso. The winery is located in Sicily on the slope of the Mount Etna, Volcano Etna. I produce the Etna red and white, and also the Spumante Classic Method Champenois. It's the family company. We started bottling wine on Etna in 1955. We are 4th generation, and started my grandfather to bottling the wine. But my great-grandfather produced the wine on Etna since 1860. So from 1860 to 1955, we produced the wine free in a bulk. And 1955 we decided to put in a bottle our wine and create our first brand, the name Gini Rosso.
What do you do with it?
I'm the general manager.
I am Martina Borie from Winery Il Roncal, Cividale del Friuli. You know Friuli, northern Italy, near Slovenian and Austrian border. We have 20 hectares on the hills, and we produce white and red wines, indigenous grapes, international grapes. And what I can say to the women is that we have a very good nose, and so please try the wines, smell the wines. It is fantastic because we can feel much more than the men. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Anna from dell'azienda Grillo in Friuli, in the Colle Orientale del Friuli. We are a small cellar, 9 hectares, and we produce 40,000 bottles a year. And we focus a lot on the local variety from Friuli. So we produce Ripolla Gialla, Friulano, but our focus really is our red variety, Schiopettino. Schiopettino is a red wine that burns in my village, Prepotto, where I come from, and I'm very proud of this wine because it's a really particularly and elegant wine that I want to promote also in New York, or why not?
What advice would you give to women?
To women that work in the wine, I said that is a beautiful wine, is a beautiful work, and I think that is a work that is very good for women to work in, because needs a lot of sensibility, and I think that women have a lot.
Okay, I'm Anna Laura Chili of Chile Winery. We produce organic wines in Assisi, Umbria, in the center of Italy, and we try to produce the most natural and possible wines that respect the nature and the earth. About advice that we give the women is always that to believe in themselves, that even if there are so many problems, in the end we'll arrive to the end. Okay?
So, I'm Giada Barzan, and I'm coming from Italy, and we have a vineyard near between Conegliano area and Asolo area, and we produce Prosecco and still wine. We have this wine, for example, it's a Zinga wine, and it's extra dry Prosecco. It's really nice to drink, it's not really sweet in the end, and we really like the label. It's really female label, I think it's really fashion, and it's really nice to drink with everything. And then we have another wine. This is a bit, it's the same, it's extra dry, it's really easy to drink, it's really young, for the youngest I think. It's in Italy it's Allegria, but in English we can say it's like joyness or happiness. And then we have the still wine too. This is mine, for example. It takes my name and my surname, the Brave, because I think I'm a bit brave in my family, and I like it. It's a Friulano wine, and we produce it in the Friuli area, and we have a small production with this. And it's really easy to drink, but you can feel all flavor with every wine that we have.
What advice would you give to women? Why did you start this business?
Because I think the women need to improve a bit to get inside the wine market. I think it's not only a man work, and I think a woman could do it, can do it, and it's funny because in the end men and women are really similar in the end. and we can have the same opportunity to work with it.
My name is Marta, and I work for Mirabella Winery. We come from Italy, north of Italy, and we produce sparkling wine traditional method with second fermentation in the bottle. Why the wine business is good also for a woman? Because we can give something different and something more. First of all, in the tasting, we have a different palate, and we can give a different answer to woman customers. So our sensibility is really good in order to satisfy different customers, of course. The wine world is more female than we can think, because it's not only wine, but it's also tradition, it's history, is a history of a territory and of a kitchen. And so in this way we can tell something more than a businessman who hasn't the same sensibility, of course.
Elena Gallo, I am the owner of Fattoria di Corsignano, that is a winery nearby Siena in the Chianti area. We produce Chianti Classico, and we have the three Chianti Classico wine, Chianti Classico of the Year, the Chianti Classico Riserva and the Chianti Classico Gran Selezione. We produce a Rosato, also is a new entry. We bottled it 10 days ago. And also we have a Super Tuscan and a GT wine. The GT wine is like we used to make the Chianti Classico before 2004, when the law of the Chianti Classico has changed. For the Chianti Classico, the three Chianti Classico, we only use local grapes, no international vines. We are very traditional for this. And for the GT Super Tuscan, we make a blend of Sangiovese, Merlot and Cabernet, but it's not a Chianti Classico. And the Rosato is the new entry, as I told you before, and it's for very appreciated by the women that are coming. They can come at our estate because we also have an agriturismo, an hotel with a restaurant, and we make food and wine experience.
Hello, my name is Sandra Mora. I come from San Gimignano in the beautiful Tuscany. I am the third winemaker, and I am very proud of it. In my winery we produce Vernaccia of San Gimignano, we produce a Sangiovese, and an extraordinary olive oil, and I produce only organic wine. I believe it very much, and I suggest women to interesting in wines, because wines and food make the woman very charming. And so this is a very nice thing, and I have a beautiful job.
I'm Rossella Scamperle of the company Le Salette. We have been producing wines for about 150 years, and I am of the family.
My name is Michela Marenco. I am from Italy, from Piemonte, Strevi, a small village, and I present today my Moscato. My family we have a long story in wine, and I am the third generation in my family.
Hi there, my name is Giulia. I'm the owner of two wineries, Corte dei Papi in Lazio region and Argille in Umbria. I would like to present you my wines. We have many wines from our regions. White wines from Umbria, we have Grechetto, Orvieto, and the red wine Simoso. From Lazio region, I will show you Passerina and Colle Ticchio.
Martina Bosetti, I am the fifth generation of this family distillery business, which is Grappa Bertagnolli. It dates back to 1870, when the founders of the distillery, they used to be my mother's grandparents. So after many years of studying university, and then I worked in consultancy where world, I decided to go back to the family business and being involved in it. So now it's like 4 or 5 years that I am working in this business. Grappa is the only one distilled spirits coming from Italy, so the only Italian distilled spirits, and it's the only distilled spirits that comes from the distillation of grape, which is a really important basis ingredient. Our distillery is set in Trentino, close to Dolomites. We distill from 145 years, so the art of distillation is part of our family. How grappa is made? We take the pomace, which is grape skin, which is the basis ingredients and raw material that we select. We select only Trentino DOC pomaces, which are wet, still fresh, wet and moist for distillation. And then we put the pomaces together with water in the pot of the alembic. We use steam fire discontinuous artisanal alembic, which are alembics really traditional and ancient, but today very actual and contemporary. This kind of technologies helps us to maintain all the organoleptic features and aromatic compound of our basis ingredients, so the grape and the pomace.
Hi, I am Alexia Pellegrini from Pellegrini Wine Company in Russian River Valley. I am 4th generation in the family business of wine. It starts in 1925 with my great-grandfather, the Pellegrini brand, bootlegging in San Francisco in a gravity-run basement winery. And family history continues with my father planting the Olivet Lane Vineyard in 1973, and that was the beginning of our history with Burgundian-style wines, Pinot and Chardonnay. And I am one of 8 in my generation, but the only one that went to wine school, and the only one that has any interest in continuing the legacy. I have been in the family business, and then I have also left because it's difficult. But in 2013, when I had already been gone for about 6 years, my father bought out his brother and sister, and so I came back to run the company with him, and is now retiring. So,
what's your biggest challenge?
Having people take me seriously.
How do you handle that?
I basically just continue working hard, and then at some point they realize, oh shoot, she doesn't know what she's doing.
So my name is Emeline Borie. I'm working for Pry-Lacoste, which is a family vineyard. It's my father who owned the vineyard. We bought it in 1978, but the family was in the wine business a long time before that. I'm particularly in charge of the public relation and the marketing things. So I'm the one who's traveling around to promote the wines in France, of course, but also around the world. It's not so easy to be a woman in the wine industry, but I think it's important because we have a different feeling. So mixing women and men in this big world is always very interesting. So girl power can be interesting. Thank you.
The president of the Foundation for the Culture and Civilizations of Wine that runs the Cité du Vin in Bordeaux, the new wine museum on the side of the river, which is an adventure, a trip throughout the different cultures of the different wines of the world. It's an experience to understand the history, the terroir, the landscapes, everything that tells us everything about the lifestyle around wine.
Chateau Gazin has been running in the family for nearly 100 years. That will be next year. Ines de Balliencourt. I'm one of the 4 co-owners of the property. And we have been in the wine business for about 200 years, if not 3 soon. We have a property which is on the top part of Pomerol of 26 hectares, which is 62 acres. And it's mainly planted on Merlot, of course, as Pomerol is. Pomerol is that small district in the north of Saint-Emilion with 1,600 acres for 150 property. So
you have to pick the right one. If you're a woman in that business, you really have to fight and prove that you're as good as all the men. Many women have come to do the wine. We have in the district of Pomerol about 3 or 4 who are the winemaker of the properties. So you really have to fight your way in, especially in Bordeaux.
Hello, I'm Monique Bailly and from Château Clinet. This wine, it's a small property in Pomerol that belongs to my family-in-law. My husband runs it. And advice I would give to ladies is, you know, open a bottle of wine like Château Clinet. It's extremely sensuel, very a bit like the color of the red that you can see on the label and on my fingernails, but it's very tasty. It can be drunk very young, but it also can be aged, but it's very sexy, like a lovely lady, this wine.
Bonjour, my name is Aline Bali and I'm co-owner of Château Coutet, a first classified growth located on the left bank of Bordeaux in the region of Sauternes, which is the gold wine region of Bordeaux where we make sweet wines. I've been working with my uncle for the past 8 years in the family business. After having lived in the States for 20 years, I studied international relations and economics at Bucknell University and then went on to get my MBA from Kellogg School of Management after a brief period in the pharmaceutical industry. And my advice to women is to be fearless. You never know what's going to be coming down your path, and whatever opportunities that come your way, you should take them. And there's plenty of time to do many, many different things, so don't ever say no.
Hello, my name is Lilliam Barton Lartorius, and I own 2 properties in Saint-Julien, Langlois Barton and Léoville Barton. And I'm very happy to be in New York today showing our 2014s. And these 2014s are lovely. They're round, supple. They're lovely for drinking, quite young, but they should last for quite a long time as well. And I know I'm speaking to some ladies. Ladies love Saint-Julien because it has the finesse and the elegance, but also a bit of character coming from the north of the Médoc area. And I always find that wine is very important to have nice food with it. And I could recommend lamb or some cheeses. It's always nice and relaxing to sit with some friends around a good bottle with some nice food.
My name is Kinou Cazes. I'm from Château Lynch-Bages. My family has been owning Lynch-Bages since the 30s now, so I'm 4th generation owner. And I love what I do. I represent Lynch-Bages in the United States, and I like to have more women drink Bordeaux. They should. Wine